So Max Senior and I have been parents together to Junior for 7 years now, but he was the only child for 5 years. And for the longest time, many have asked, are you gonna have any more? Do you wanna have any more? Don't you want some girls? Oh my gosh, you make some cute kids. I know they have older siblings, but So here is just in time for Zariah's second birthday, which is just in a day and a half, her birth story, the journey to Zariah. Here you're gonna learn what led up to finally conceiving her. She'll learn about her first year, her first birthday, milestones, all of that cool stuff. So sit back and take a seat and just enjoy the story. Here it goes. Right. Hi, boo-boo. So mommy's gonna tell you how you came to be. For the longest time, you had older brothers and older sister and little Nkrumah as your siblings. And it's funny because we wanted you a lot sooner, but you took a very long time, in my view. At the time, it took like forever for you to come. So I'm just gonna tell you how you came to be. You were born on Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, September 23rd, 2017. Daddy and I had to have an emergency C-section because you were flipped head up instead of head down. Funny fact, I actually flipped you around. I had to go in the pool and do headstands. I had to do yoga poses upside down at home on this couch right here, all kinds of stuff. I got you head down, but a series of events happened and I had to immediately have you by C-section. I'm never gonna let you live that down. But yeah, so we waited for a very long time for you. One thing was hilarious. Your brother, little Nkrumah, your big brother, really had started asking specifically, not for just a sibling or a little baby to have around the house. He kept specifically asking mommy and daddy for a little sister. So who would know the journey to you would be so well put together by starting with one request made by your big brother, little Nkrumah. This began about in 2015. The end of 2015, going into 2016, he got very, very vocal. He was insistent and adamant he wanted a baby sister. And I wanted nothing more than to make that happen. But unfortunately, there were some complications happening that took it made it an extensive journey. So right before I found out about you, I got baptized, I went to a doctor, and for about 3 years, mommy had a cyst on her ovaries. And it would bring me a lot of pain. And it's excruciating to the point where I just never thought that I would have you or your little sister Zariah. I never thought that I would be a mother to more than just little Nkrumah. Went to the doctor and they ran tests on me and they said that, you know, things looked normal, but it just wasn't happening. So finally I just gave up. I stopped trying to try for you and said, you know what? It'll happen if it happens. If it doesn't, I'm okay. I've got your brother Nkrumah Jr. and I'm happy. I'm a mommy. So mommy went celebrating her birthday in 2017 with a couple of girlfriends. Had a very amazing time. It was probably one of the best birthdays. And all of a sudden, I realized that my monthly reminder was missing. But I was not optimistic at all. I didn't want to put my hopes up and have them just let down or have the air taken out of my balloon or anything. I didn't want to be disappointed. So I went ahead, I was brave enough to call my nurse friend at the doctor's office and I asked her what to do, and she encouraged me to come in for a blood test. I went for a blood test. 2 days later, I got the confirmation that I was pregnant finally. So there you were. I think I found out January 25th, 2017. That was very, very exciting. And I was extremely thankful, extremely excited, very, very happy. And next was, how am I going to find a creative way to tell Daddy? So I thought about it. I talked to an uncle. I thought about it. Okay. So I went shopping and I bought you a onesie. And I went and got some baby food. And I brought it home and one of Daddy's favorite ice cream flavors, vanilla Swiss Army. And so I brought all of that home. I put it together in a nice package. And this was after my first appointment where I finally laid eyes on you. I had a sonogram picture. And what I did, late one evening after dinner, Daddy, usually he and I would hang out here on the couch and we'd just laugh or talk about the day until we fall asleep or watch something funny and then go to bed. So I put a twist on it and I took the baby food that I bought and I prepared it. I blindfolded Daddy and I had him taste, I think it was like banana baby food and then peach baby food, which is probably the worst baby food ever because it just smells funny. Anyway, and then his vanilla Swiss Army.
In my mouth.
Yes, it is. I'm not gonna put just anything in your mouth. You smell something?
But ain't nothing just going up in there either.
So finally, he's like, why am I eating all of this baby food? Why are you giving me baby food? Are you crazy? Stuff's disgusting. So I take off the blindfold and I gave him a nice gift bag, which had the onesie, and it read, anything is possible. Daddy looks at that. He looks at the bib. I bought a bib also. I think it was the one that says Daddy's little girl, something like that. So I was just immediately optimistic that you were a girl because I knew God had promised us a girl the very next time that we would have another baby. And he's looking in the bag, he's looking at the onesie, he's looking at the bib, and then finally he looks in the bottom of the bag.
What, you got pregnant for your birthday or something? Like, what the heck?
And he saw your sonogram picture. Hilarity at its best. It was a night to remember. I'll never forget it. He was very, very excited, and he had the big smile on his face afterwards. So next thing was to announce to your grandparents, and they were all happy. Everybody was super, super happy to know that you were finally on.
My sister
What happened?
isn't.
She is.
The next thing was to figure out, is this a boy or is it a girl? I pretty much was very, very sure that you were a girl because, again, I told you were a promise to us. So that was something I tried not to doubt, but it's a 50-50 chance. You just never know. So go for sonogram readings. We're looking at you. You're developing very well. And then finally, sometime in the early part of summer, I believe, is when we had a gender reveal party to figure out if you were a boy or a girl. And we used this big black balloon that said he or she, what will it be? And we had fun games to play. We was at a park and we had nice snacks and it was chilling. It was a real nice day.
Number two.
I don't get this.
What's this?
I'm good too.
Sing the Freddie version. Sing the Freddie version.
Oh,
I know I sung the Freddie version.
Sing it.
and it sounds
2, 3,
a little
4,
crazy.
shut the door. It's right there. Mommy, can let me try this one. Let me try. Can I go next? Mommy, can some juice?
What's number 3? No, you gotta do 3. You gotta do 3 behind the line.
Man, that was about to make it to
And then finally, we popped the balloon. And what do we find when we pop the balloon? Pink confetti. It's a girl. So that was dope. That was a dope day. So from then on, we were all hyped up. Training you was extremely easy for the most part. You're a very active baby. Very, very active. You moved a lot. Once you could start moving, I think around 28 weeks or after, you moved quite frequently. I wanted sugar more than anything, like so bad that I wanted to drink Slurpees for breakfast. Who does that? I wanted all the cake. I wanted all the cereal. I wanted all the ice cream. I wanted all the chocolate. Daddy too, he had his cravings. He had to have a Twix. He had to have his chocolate ice cream. He had to have, what would he, Jolly Ranchers at work. He would bring Jolly Ranchers down, not to share with me, but to eat in front of my face. And Starburst. Daddy had a sweet tooth too. So you were very, you know how they say sugar, spice, everything nice? Yeah, sugar was all I wanted. To the point where I was scared that I was going to fail my glucose test. Thankfully I didn't. Thank you for not letting me down. But I definitely sweetened you up with a whole bunch of glucose because that was all you wanted. And then, of course, my all-time favorite, one of my favorite snacks is guacamole and chips. I love finger food. So do you. But that was the bulk of what I like to eat all the time. Toward this stretch, you stretched me out.